Hi, my name is Nick Best and welcome to this video on how to pass the T4 case study exam. I'm going to be talking you through the keys that I've learned in my many years of taking this exam and teaching people through this exam as to what makes the real difference between passing and failing this exam. For those of you that have taken this before, you can use this as a way to think through what you've done and how you've approached it, what you need to do differently to get through for next time. For anyone watching this for the first time, that's about to take this exam for the first time, this is a bit of a guide for you as to the key things you must do in the run-up to the exam. What I'm also going to do, I'm not going to apologise for this, is basically also I'm going to talk you through the Astranti course, really tell you how, given these keys, these are the keys that I've learned over the years are critical to passing this exam, what is it that we do here at Astranti that will help you through the exam. So whatever you're doing, whether you're just home studying, going with someone else, or thinking of coming along with us, use these as a way to assess what you need to do over the next few weeks and months in the run up to the exam to get you through. So let's get on to it then. How do you go about passing the T4 case study? What do you have to do to be successful? First thing you need to do, goes without saying really, you must understand the pre-scene. You need to really get to grips with each of the key business strategy models and how those models relate to the pre-scene. What's the Porter's 5 forces on that company? What's the Ansov's matrix? What's the SWOT analysis? What's the pest analysis look like? And so on and so on and so on. You also need to know who the key players are within that organization, who the key directors might be, what other, if we were talking about Mendelow's matrix and stakeholders and so on, who the key players are, who would be keep interested, who would be keep satisfied. We're not so worried about minimal interest, to be honest with you. But basically, we really need to get to grips with the pre-scene. In terms of what we do on our courses, we give you a very detailed video debrief of the pre-scene, paragraph by paragraph by paragraph. This is what this paragraph means. This is how I'll go about applying it and thinking about that in relation to the company. I'll be using my many, many years of experience and many, many pre-scenes of all different industries. I use all my experience to say, well, this is what this paragraph means, and this is what this paragraph means. This is what I think could be relevant to the exam, and I'll go through on a paragraph by paragraph basis. I will then take you through each of the key strategic models on a line by line basis and say, right, this is what this means, this is why it's relevant, this is how you go about applying this to the exam, this is how you use it in the exam. Okay, whatever you're going to do, if you're going to do it by yourself, you're not going to come on a course, you need to really work hard to fully understand that pre-scene, do your own full strategic analysis. Download our free strategic analysis that you get on the Astranti website. Get that and then compare it with what you've got. Talk to others on forums about the pre-scene and get some information there. So if you're going to do it your own way, do that. If you're going to go on a course with someone and really talk with other participants, you'll do a lot. Probably spend a whole day understanding the pre-scene. That's what I do when I'm teaching it at BPP or Kaplan or First Intuition, Reed Business School. We spend a whole day going through that pre-scene. If you're going to come on an Astranti course, then where you get a full video debrief that you can watch again and again and again to really get to grips with it. Okay, so you must do that. Next, understand the marking criteria. This exam is marked unlike anything else. You've got criteria such as prioritization, judgment, logic, diversity. You know, what does diversity mean? I mean, diversity means adding industry examples into your report. What? Where does that come from? So unless you fully understand there's 5 marks for industry examples, then you'll write a report that just doesn't get marks under that criteria. You need to write a report which gets marks under every criteria. So I've got a full video debrief of every single marking criteria, what it means, how you write a report that gains marks under those criteria to give you complete focus on how you go about scoring those marks. Next then is the report and the report format. Absolutely critical is you're writing a report under a standard structured format. In fact, what you can actually do is you can make the report very focused, detailed, almost a paragraph by paragraph structure for what you do. And this is what I talk you through, section by section, paragraph by paragraph, this is the way you structure the first paragraph and the next paragraph and the next paragraph, almost on a paragraph by paragraph basis. So you can make it very formulaic, which kind of sounds a bit boring, but we're talking here about what it takes to pass the exam. And if you can learn a very formulaic, structured approach to the exam, that will really help you get through. And I talk you through that formulaic, structured approach so you know almost on a paragraph by paragraph basis what you're going to do in the real exam. Obviously, it can't be quite as simple as that, but I'm saying 80% of what you will know structure-wise, you will know what you're going to do in advance before you go in. Now, I cannot stress how important it is that you have focused on the time for each section. You'll see our next point here is mastering your time management. You need on the report format to focus on each section, how long you will spend. I was just talking to a really great student who I was doing marking for her on her exams this time around. She was producing some fantastic scripts at home, and I just didn't think there was any doubt that she would pass. She got into the exam and she failed, and she emailed me and she said, I spent too long on the calculations. I got bogged down in the calculations, and I see this time and time again. It might be the calculations, it might be the prioritization section, it might be the analysis section. Basically, you need to know how long you're going to spend on each section and absolutely commit to never going over that time. And I mean absolutely, however many calculations you feel, however little you've done in the time on calculations or on prioritization or analysis or judgment or whatever it's going to be, you have to stick to it. And it's vital. I give you very precise timings. These are my timings that over many, many years I've worked out the best timings for doing this exam, which you want to stick to almost to the T. Okay. What I've also got for you, one thing that people find quite hard is practicing full mock exams to get their report format sorted. And what I do, and this is unique, no one else in the industry does this, is produce these mini mock exams. These are half exams you do in half a real exam time. And it's the type of thing you can do in an evening. You get home from work at 8 o'clock, you can sit down for an hour and a quarter, hour and 3/4 to get a mini mock done. And you can actually practice doing a full report on an evening that you can't really do if you're trying. You can't really sit down and do a whole 3-hour, 20-minute exam. So the mini mocks get you started on the report format before you start practicing your full mock exams, and they're absolutely critical. What I'll also say is both the mini mocks and the full mocks that we provide have got full solutions in them, so you can see the kind of structure that relates back to the videos on the section by section report format that we give you on the videos. Okay, so I've talked about time management. Do you know what? There is no more important thing. I would say that mastering your time management, to be honest with you, I think it's too important, really. I think that there should be far more focus on the quality of your answer. But the reality is that those people who master their time management are much, much more likely to pass. It's interesting. You'll have a look on my blog on the Astranti website, and you'll see my blog article on there, the magic 14%. It's a fascinating statistic that came from Dan Bartlett at Case Study Aid. He'd done some analysis on the difference in final exam marks that came from people that completed scripts and had just missed some sections out. And the average difference was an incredible 14%. It's quite remarkable. You have to complete your script, and mastering your time management is crucial. My suggestion is you've gone into the real exam having done 2 full exams where you've completely mastered your time management. And the reality is you probably would have had to have done about 5 or 6 to get to that stage. The first 2 you'll completely mess up. Virtually everyone does. Not quite everyone, but virtually everyone does. The next one you'll be almost there. The next one you'll be getting there. By the time you're onto your last couple, you'll be getting there. Particularly if you've taken the mini mocks at the start, that's a very good way to get going. Okay, so absolutely critical to mastering your time management, as well as knowing your times, is practice, practice, practice. I just cannot say this exam is completely unlike others you may have got through previous exams without taking full mock exams. You simply won't get through this exam without it. So please, please, please do as many mock exams, as much practice. And let me just, one final warning, one of my absolute bugbears is seeing brilliant scripts from people who then, when I take them on a course, a sit-down course where I know they've done it on 3 hours and 20 minutes, or where they get to the final exam, they completely mess up, because when they were at home, they took 3 hours 40 minutes, or 3 hours 35 minutes, or 4 hours, or they just sat down and did it in a relaxed time over a number of days. I have seen, you know, virtually no one fails when they do that. It's a complete waste of time. Sorry, I just get so frustrated at seeing great scripts. I had a guy recently, came on one of the courses, did a mock at home, got 78%. That's an unbelievable mark in this paper. Went back on the course. It was a course that I was doing for one of the big tuition providers. Got 38, I think it was. I mean, it was an unbelievable difference. Of course, he'd just taken his time at home. It's easy to pass this in more than the real time. It's very hard to pass this in 3 hours and 20. So please practice your mocks in 3 hours and 20. Just an element for you. Okay, so come on our courses and you will get, as well as the mini mocks, you will get 6 mock exams to practice as well. Okay, so those are there for you to do. You will get feedback on 3 of those mocks. And one thing that I must stress is, please definitely get good quality feedback when you're actually when you take your mocks. It's no good just having the mocks and doing the mocks. The feedback must be of the quality that you can learn from script to script. Again, if you get feedback, learn from it, script after script. But what we do with our mocks is we've got a schedule. This is a 4-page tick list schedule that by the time we've actually completed it is more like sort of 6 or 7 sides in length, because we give you detailed focus guidance as to what you've got. Basically, you've got a tick under all these criteria. You've got that element of the script right. If you've got a squiggle, it's okay, you could improve it. And if you've got a cross, you're not doing that element that's critical to passing this exam. And so it goes through section by section by section. It's not just ticks and crosses, of course. We've got detailed comments on areas, particularly areas you're not doing very well, why you're not doing well, how that works, real focus marking. Other key element of the marking is that each of your 3 scripts that we mark gets marked next to each other. So if you've got a particular criteria you need to achieve, you can see script by script by script. If you've got an X in each of those 3 boxes, you're still not doing that thing. So therefore, it gives you that focus feedback, and you can see by the end where you need to be improving. So again, these are unique. No one else uses this kind of marking matrix with all the key criteria. And that key criteria, based on the key things that working with the examiner that we agreed were absolutely critical to passing the exam. So it's based on that. So wherever you are, whether you, if you're doing this home study, even if you're doing everything else home study, do get some great quality feedback somewhere along the line. Get someone else to review your script for you and give you some feedback, or just buy our individual mock exams and get some feedback. It's absolutely crucial you get to learn what you're doing well and what you're not doing well. Okay, this is a really hard exam. I had one guy a couple of years ago and he'd failed the exam 7 times before coming to me, and we worked with him to improve. I've had other students that have failed many times. Actually, very often time management is the key issue, to be honest with you. So, really crucial that you get that mastered. It's not easy. You really do need to get quality feedback, do plenty of mock exams, work really hard. Okay, so how do you pass the T4 case study? Well, master all those elements. We, of course, can help. That's part of the point. If you don't mind me taking a moment to say sort of what we do and how we can help you in all these elements. We have 5 hours of video tuition. When I'm teaching this course as a freelance tutor at one of the big tuition providers, we spend a lot of time telling you about the marking criteria and so on. One of the beauties of having this tuition on video is you can go back and watch it and again. Often I'm finding a few days in, when everyone's doing their mocks, they forgot some element of what we talked about. The beauty of the videos is you can go back and just watch the ethics video, go back and watch the report format video, just to recap and review. So the irony, I think, is that the videos end up being better than going on a course, because you actually get to watch them again if you need to, which you may not need to. But absolutely great. All that I would normally give on a tuition course there on those videos. We've got detailed course notes. Now the course notes are based upon the official learning system that I wrote with the examiner. So I worked closely with the examiner. She was the consultant editor. I was writing the actual paper, and based on those I've completely condensed that down to the key elements that you need and put those into course notes for you. Included in those are detailed exercises to get you up to speed on the key elements of the exam. Absolutely crucial. So we've got the detailed course notes that come as well. Then the pre-scene, this video debrief that I talked about earlier, to give you a detailed, focused, line-by-line breakdown of the pre-scene, so you fully understand the pre-scene and what that means for the exam. Then we've got the mock exams that are available to you to do with the feedback that I've already talked about. I won't dwell on that again, but extremely detailed feedback that you get through that. Unique here are the industry analysis guide. We've got a detailed overview industry analysis, which gives you the industry statistics based off the industry. Of course, you need this for the diversity marks in the exam. We've also got a 100 example industry pack. You can go away and learn. Nobody else gives you this. You expect you to go and do it all yourself. We're saving you a lot of time here by giving you these industry examples that then you can actually learn these industry examples. You need to use 5 in the exam, only 5, but of course you don't know what's going to come up, so you need a huge number available to you. Then you can use the key 5 to get your 5 diversity marks. So we've got those industry analysis packs. The mini mocks get you started on your report format, and of course it's just a nice way to do some practice on the evenings when you've got less time available. If you've only got a couple of hours available, we've got those available too. The teleconferences. Now, actually, these next 3 points here, what's absolutely critical in this exam is you discuss the issues with other participants on the exam. And the teleconferences, we've got 3 teleconferences. We get everyone together that's taken the course, and we discuss and debate the pre-scene, share our industry examples. We do exercises on prioritization and how you do prioritization. Also, this is absolutely critical for answering questions. Everyone comes with all their questions, and you hear what everyone else's questions are, and we debate and discuss these. It's actually great time for. I love doing them because it's great chance for debate and discussion and bringing everyone's questions to the fore. We've also got an online discussion forum where you can post your questions and get quick answers back on those. And if you've got specific individual questions, anytime you can email us, and we'll get the answer back to you as quickly as possible. Finally, one key thing is, in the past I've had problems with students who they come on the course, but for whatever reason, it's work commitments, personal problems, or just the way they study, they've left it to the last minute. I had a couple of people recently who left everything to the last week, and they were trying to do everything in the last week, and they both failed. And this is not the kind of exam you can just study up for in the last week. It just simply isn't the way it works on this exam. You need to be working all the way through steadily. And so what we do is we review your progress, watching the videos, doing the mock exams, and then if we don't feel you're up to where you should be, we will get back to you, talk to you about it, work out what we can do to kind of keep you on track and make sure you're doing what's necessary. So those progress reviews also included in there as well. So hopefully we've put together a package that will get you through the exam. That's the aim. Our aim is to gradually improve so that when you get to the final mock that you do, you're around 60%. You can feel confident going into the exam that you're going to do well. That's certainly the target and what we aim towards. And however you decide to go and study, if you don't decide to come with us, I wish you the best of luck wherever you go. If you go to another tuition provider, make sure you look out for some of these key elements to make sure they're going to give you what you want. I know from past experience, sometimes some of the marking can be mixed. You can get some excellent marking, actually. I've seen some great marking. I've seen some very poor marking where you've just got a mark at the end and no feedback on why you've got that mark. You've just got a mark, and Again, tutors, there's some fantastic tutors out there. But make sure you get a tutor that's got really good experience, not just of CIMA or ACCA, but of actually this exam. I would say after when I started teaching this, it probably took me 2 years, and I do this almost full time now, this particular paper. But it almost took me 2 years to really get to grips with it. And to be honest with you, I didn't fully get to grips with it, and so I started working with the examiner. And when I understood her perspective, I was able to then pull that together with all my detailed knowledge to actually really fully understand what it takes to get through this exam. So, but just a normal tutor, you're probably talking about 2 years' experience, really. That was certainly my experience. So make sure that whoever you get tutoring you really knows this particular paper and this particular paper well. So look up for that. Make sure whatever you do your mock exams. But what I do hope actually is that I can convince you to come with us. I think we offer something which is sort of unique in the market, and I hope that you'll join me on our next program. And at the moment as well, we've got a special offer on. So if you join over the next few days, then you will get the reduced price. So this is a good time to sign up. So yeah, whatever you do, I wish you the best of luck in the exam, and I hope you decide to come and join us and work together with us to help you get you through.